Hello student. We have completed all the short answer type questions. Okay, right now our job is to complete the explanation of descriptive type questions. Okay, so under when we check the descriptive type questions, you are able to find out there is some repetitive questions is also there. Okay, some repetitive question is there, so that repetitive questions again we have to write down or follow. Okay. So what is algorithm? What are the characteristics of the algorithm? So what is algorithm? The word algorithm refers to the name of a mathematician, Al-Khazuni, which means the procedure or a technique. So software engineer commonly use the algorithm for the planning and solving of such a problem. So it is nothing but initials ones. If you don't want to write, you can overlook it, but you can write down the actual explanation. That is, an algorithm is a sequence of steps to solve a particular problem, or algorithm is an ordered set of unambiguous steps that produces a result and terminate in finite steps. So either of the two definition, that one you feel like that is important, you can write it down. Okay, then the characteristics, the characteristics, four basic characteristics is holded by the algorithm, that is input, output, definiteness and fitnessness. Okay, also this the characteristics of this particular algorithm I have already discussed in the short answer type part. Okay, now question number 2 is coming, right? Write an algorithm for checking if the given number is odd or even. So generally, you have to answer this question from the mathematical point of view. Like if I say the 32 and 15, among these, which one will be a even number? So I hope that everybody give the answer, madam, 32 is the even number. But if I am asking you that how 32, you are saying it is a even number. So someone will be asking, ma'am, that if I divided this 32 by 2, then it is completely divisible. Complete. But if I try to divide 15 by 2, it is not completely divisible. So what does actually completely divisible means? Completely divisible means that when you divide a particular number by a particular number, so a completely divisible means that, but in terms of division, there will no remainder. Only you are getting a quotient value. Completely divisible means the number by which you try to divide, it is completely divisible means there is no remainder value is left. Only after division you are getting quotient value. But scenario is something different. If a number is divided by a number and not completely divisible means there is a remainder is there. Okay, so whenever we are actually checking the divisibility rule in case of programming, we are not checking the quotient, because if you check the quotient value, if a number is not divisible, then only we are getting a quotient value. If a number is divisible, then also we are getting a quotient value. So using a quotient value, we cannot determine a condition that number is divisible or not. We are getting the quotient value. But what? In case of number is divisible, we are not getting a remainder. But if a number is not divisible, then we are getting a remainder. So I will check the remainder value in terms of division, not the quotient value. I will check the remainder. If the division will produce any remainder, it means number is not divisible. If it is produced has any remainder, it is not divisible. If it doesn't produce any remainder, it means its number is divisible. So in this, that is the basic logic behind it. Using that particular logic, we will try to solve this algorithm. So first of all, the first thing is that step 1. Before step 1, you have to write start. I have missed the step. Step 1 should be start. After starting this one, you have to read the numbers. Reading the number means you have to check the number which is divisible. So you have to take it from the user. What number user will depend upon, then you will be checking. So first of all, you will read the number. Okay. Next, you have seen over there that I have written remainder equals to num percent 2. So percentage is symbol, normal division symbol, you are aware of the fact. This is the normal division system where we are checking the quotient value. But today, while we are starting this explanation, I have said that we will check the remainder value. So remainder value is symbol is this one. To check the remainder, we will give not this kind of a symbol, we will give this one. Okay. So remainder 2. Okay, so we are storing whatever values we are given, whatever number we are getting, that we are dividing by 2, and we are storing the remainder in the variable remainder. Now we are checking it. Now we are checking that if my remainder is equals to 0 or not, because single equals to means a assignment operator in function. If you're checking equality, then you have to put double equals to symbol. Okay, I understood why we have put it the double equals to symbol. So it is checking remainder value equals to 0 or not. If a remainder value is 0, it means the number is fully divided, only we are getting the portion, not the remainder. So if it is that's the scenario, then we can say the number is a even number. Okay, and else part, what will happen if it is not like, it is not a 0, we are getting in the remainder part some other values other than 0, that is 1, 2, any numbers. If this is the condition, it means you can understand that we are getting quotient as well as the remainder value, right? So remainder we are getting some values, it means number is not completely divisible by 2. If a number is not completely divisible by 2, then what will happen? It will be a odd number for sure. So we have to print that it is a odd number. So we are checking the condition. So when we have done the conclusion, it is a odd number or it is a even number, when we have drawn the calculation, then we have to stop our condition, because our condition checking is over. We have come to a conclusion that it is odd or even. So we can close it over here. So we have closed the end if part, and then as like that, the last step, that is stop or end, whichever you prefer, you have to mention it over here. Okay. Okay, now the third questions they are having, that is what are the similarities between the algorithm and the flowchart? Check. There are a few similarities are there, and the differences are also present. So first of all, they are saying what is the similarity? Like both are useful to solve a problem. Obviously, we are designing algorithm, we are designing flowchart, and so easiest way to find out any problem solution, right? So that is the thing. Now the next question is coming, both can use natural language or compact mathematical notation. Yes, both can be used. That one is mathematical, that is a calculation, this operator we can use greater than, less than, equals to, any kind of operator that we want, and operator or logical operator, relational operators, we can use any kind of a mathematical equations, or basically we are using a simple like language. Is if condition is true, if condition is true. So in algorithm also we are writing in easy manner, and the same way we are using a different symbol to depict in a flowchart in the easiest manner. So that's what these are actually the basic similarities between algorithm and the flowchart. I hope this three questions were clear to you. Thank you, student. Rest of the part we will discuss in the next day session.